Hello everyone. So in module 13 we will learn about the IES profile, and we will also learn how we can use the IES profile lights in interior scene as well as into the exterior scene. So IES profile help us to generate a beautiful artistic shape of lights. Whenever you are going to any hotels, usually you can say some of the spotlight is created onto the photographs that makes some different kind of shapes. So if you require to generate such kind of shape in any 3D application, we can use the IES profile lights over there. So now let's switch to the Maya application and have a look how you can work with the IES profile in Maya software.
Hi everyone. So in this session we will learn about the IES lights inside Maya 2015. So let's continue. So at first I will show you how IES light work. At first I go to the render settings, and here we have the Maya software. So if we go down in the common tab, here you have the render option. In render option, if you go here, you have enabled default lighting. So I will uncheck this because I will just emit the light from IES. So I will just off this thing. So at first, how IES light works, see, if I have this ground, okay, and I have this wall, and as you look here, what we have, if I make a omni, if I go to the rendering tab and I make a omni, IES only works in the point light, which is omni. Okay, so I will make a omni and will shift it over here, will press 7 and just go to this position. As if you see the render, what you will get the circular light, the circular type of light which is forming by the omni into the wall. So I don't need this, I need the design light like this, the triangulate light. So these are the called IES lights. So I need the triangulate light, the design lights. The design lights is called the IES light or the wall focusing light. So I will select this and will go to the render tab and will go to Maya mental ray. Okay, so now we'll go downward. Let's check, is it open or no? It's not open, and we'll go to indirect lighting and we'll check both of them, global illumination as well as final gather. So we'll off this, and now we'll go to this position, and I will just copy the tab so that I will see exactly without having any problem. So we'll go to shadow at first. So make sure that your shadow will be in ray trace, not in depth map. So we don't require depth map, we require ray trace. And if I go to a mental ray tab, here you have the feature called light profile. This is the one of the most important thing. Now this point light which is circulating into your wall will turn into the design light, which is IES light, with the help of this. Okay, so we'll cut this for a time, and what we will do, we'll just have the light. So here you have the IES light profile. So I have downloaded the IES light from net, and when you click here, it will just show there the light profile attributes. Here you have the file name. Okay, just click over here, and here I have the IES light pack which I have kept in my desktop. So these are the IES lights and these are its photos. Okay, so I will select any of the IES lights, like any of them. So I will select cylinder wall and open it, and after that close it. So it's not updated in your viewport, as you can see, but if I increase the intensity little bit, because IES lights need more intensity. Okay, see, if I show you what you will get, let's see. As you can see, your lights really changes. Now you have the triangulate look. Okay, so, and if you change, or I want to change the color, definitely you can. Okay, by simply going over here and just change the color. Okay, like this you can work quite well. Here you have maximum intensity. So if you want to just rotate it, you can definitely rotate your light like this. Okay, So if you go down, what happens? See, now it is off from the top because we have rotated the light and it's just focusing on the ground. So like this way you can work quite well. Okay, so we will discuss IES light in the exterior also, and let's meet to the next session. So what happens now, what I will do, I will go to render settings, and here we'll just off this, and I will tell you the panels how it's working, and after that we will just have to light in a particular exterior scene. Okay, so we will make simply a box which is the ground, and also the buildings like 1, okay, and Control D. 2 will change the size. Okay, we'll put some over here. So we have 2 buildings, this and this one, and for that what I will do, we'll go to rendering and I will just select the point light. So the point light has formed and we have to align it at first, and then we will go to the render settings, and here we have mental ray, and here we have to check both of them as we discussed earlier, and in common tab we will just off this, make sure that it's off. Okay, that's fine. And now we'll go to the setting of attribute editor in point light. So if you see here, what happens if global illumination and final color will be on, both of them will just provide a softness into the light at its corner. The light will soft at its corner, so it will form some gradient look. And in common we have this enable default light. If you enable this, the surrounding light will be on and it will not be proper visible, so we have to focus in the IES light only. So I will just off this because we don't need background light, and will off this. Now by selecting the light, you have the mental ray tab because we have switched the render settings from Maya software to mental ray. Okay, so you will get this mental ray tab. If you select the light, here we have the mental ray tab. So if you click over here and if you go down, at first before applying light profile, make sure that your shadow will be ray trace, not depth map, because we don't require depth map. We don't putting any map over here, we just required the proper ray trace shadow. Okay, so we will just have the ray trace shadow, and we don't require the caustics and all because we don't have reflective surface here. And just go here, light profile, click, and after that another node will form in the attribute editor. It will ask you to upload the file name and the type of file. Okay, so I will click over here, will go to desktop where I have kept my file, so I will just select any of them. Okay, so I think I will select this. If you press 7, you will not found any update in your view screen, as I will just have a render. As you will see, the intensity of the light is very low. As you can see, by default the intensity of the light would be low, and what we have to do, I will just select this light, will go to attribute editor, and will just go to the intensity and will increase the intensity. As you can see, it's affecting the background. Okay, no problem, we'll put it somewhere over here and we'll change the render size because right now I'm just experimenting it, so I don't need HD. We'll go to 640, 480. Okay, fine. And if you look at it now, the intensity is changed, it and only affect the ground position, not the whole part. So like this way you can add your light. And also if you look at the another thing like decay rate, if you go to linear, what happens, see, click over here and you will find changes. See, the intensity of the light by default has lowered because we have changed it to linear. If you go to quadric, it will lower again, and cubic also. So no decay, I have just selected the no decay, and also here is the shadow rays. We don't require to increase the shadow rays, and it will just take huge amount of time when you render the data. Okay, so okay, use mental ray shadow map overrides we don't require because we are using ray trace shadow, so we don't require that particular one. So here we have the intensity. You can change the color from here, which is by default same in all lights, and you can just have to put it the intensity higher. If you control D8 and just move it around here, and what you will get, let's have a look. We'll change the color to okay. Now we'll select this light, we'll move further. If you move here, you will find more defined shape. If you just select the light and move further, that means if you move further, you will not find any defined shape. So if you move like here, you will find defined shape. Control D to duplicate again and just put it somewhere over here. Okay, I'm just putting over here, and just have a look because we have to experiment it first. As you can see, your ground is getting so contrast, but it will not show in the render. It will only affect this particular part, so make sure that it's not showing in the render. Okay, here we'll select the light, control D again. We'll put it somewhere over here. Okay, fine, and let's have a render. The intensity is changed, and also we have to just give the defined shape of the light because the light is not being copied. If you just move the light from one position to another, it will not be copied. So just select the light, go to the light profile. Here you can see it's not been updated. If you go here, you can see it has been updated, but here it's not been updated, so you have to update the light. Okay, well, if you just duplicate it, your light profile data will not came. So I will just select, go to file name, desktop, fine, and select this one also. Go to the light shape, light profile, sorry, we don't require to go to light shape. We are changing its profile, and so I'll just selected this one. And lastly this. Okay, so have a look. So as you can see, each and every part has been updated quite well. So as you can see, in render view, it has formed the gradient part. Like here, it's just bouncing the light from here, it's just bouncing the light from here. But in live view, if you go your viewport, you will find that it's all white. It's like burning, so it will only produce the softness into your render screen if you just keep on render and just look at it, and you will get all the details. But if you look at your viewport, you will not find any detail and not find any proper information. So rendering is very important. That means just check your file by 101 render. Okay, so here you can see it's getting darker, this part only, but in live view, in viewport, it's all white, all contrasted, all burnt. So rendering is very important to check your result. So in next session we will discuss this IES light into exterior. So let's switch to the next session.